Guys, welcome back. You already know what it is. I hate to break this kind of news to you, but I gotta be the bearer, man. Game number 3, unfortunately, not gonna count, man. We had some jank circle settings that were a little off. You know what I mean? So we gotta kind of run it back so that everybody gets kind of the fair shake at how things went. So while that match might not count, man, the action should still remain fresh in your minds. I, of course, am EE, joined by my boy James, and hope you guys are all a wonderful night as we prepare to rerun match number 3.
You know, I'm not going to say that I'm a little disappointed, but, you know, stuff happens. Some settings get messed up. It's all good.
Bro, it's human error. At the end of the day, it's human. Anyone who's ever been down to the DMV, all about human error, baby. It's a real thing.
Don't ever talk to me about that.
Sometimes you just got to roll with it.
Hey, you know, it's okay. Well, eventually, what we'll look at here is we got to see a lot of the more aggressive gameplay that came out of that, especially from Space Station. So we'll hopefully get to see the same thing replayed here in Game 3, number 2.
Wouldn't that be nutty if the top three places were just Space, God Squad, and NBS again?
I'd be very happy to see that. I wouldn't be.
I'm sure they would too, dude.
Absolutely.
I'm sure they would too, but we'll see how things pan out, guys. We're running it back for the 3rd game yet again. Bear with us. We'll see how this one pans out. Already on to my boy Dre. Now, last time I saw Dre on a vehicle as a motorcycle, he got shot off. Kind of ended his run pretty early on. So it's like not by too many people. No one really in his vicinity right now. So Dre got a little more kind of pool collected over.
He's got a good position. He's taking some shots right there, and then you know what? If he places any with that pistol, I'd be fairly confident that he's an actual legend. He's an actual god.
Chill, man. His name ain't John Wick. All right, he's good, man. He ain't
John Wick.
He ain't John Wick good. You know what I'm saying? He ain't making him. I appreciate the effort, none the less on his end.
Exactly. There we go. We got, you know, so many people neglect these larger buildings because it's like, you know, okay, maybe the larger buildings, maybe that's not necessarily the place that all the stuff will spawn. I found some awesome stuff there. They're constantly spawning there with like random like 4Xs. So I'm glad I'm seeing some people check that. Now we got Cloud9.
Yeah, back, right? Really familiar territory for them. They love that North George part of the map. However, not going to get zone on this one. So they are going to have to go ahead and traverse over, which we saw in the last couple times we've seen them play. And looks like Prison, somebody taking a visit to Prison Vegas, looking like he's all by him lonesome. So he's going to come up with some good stuff.
It's all a tactic. Maybe they got somebody. It could be there's somebody on their team is Bill Murray, and they're experiencing Groundhog Day. They just keep going back to the same place, hoping that something's going to change. They're just trying to get out of that loop. But hopefully, it doesn't, you know, snuff them out again like it did the last 2 times.
Yeah.
It worked out the first time. The second time wasn't so good. We still got a lot of people on the other side there. And of course, they don't know when they're dropping where it's going to be, but they go to the same spot every time. And here we go. Consistently, it's been all the way to the east, or in the last game, northeast, but that didn't count. So look at that. Here we go. There's tons of people. 16 teams, again, 64 alive. Nobody's died. Nobody's taking any fire right now. There's not a whole lot of people next to each other.
Yeah, I was gonna say, man, starting off pretty passive, you know, not too much developing. But remember in that I think it was actually that last game, even though it didn't count, like how many teams were alive, like towards, you know, like the middle of the game, and then like that firefight just broke out. Of this insanity all around, just bodies getting laid all out.
Exactly, and you know, like I said in the second game, bullets find bodies, and that's a good combination for some teams not on the receiving end of that. And here we are, like in a crazy spot here, where there's 5 or 6 teams kind of piled next to each other, and if that square that they're in happens to be in a bad spot and they move up, they're going to clash into somebody else. I mean, even still, you got FlyQuest chilling right in that southwestern area. So they're gonna get some good positions there if that's where it closes up on. Same thing over here. They got a really good spot by themselves. A lot of loot in those buildings.
Oh, for sure.
So they're gonna come kit it out.
Yeah, they're gonna take advantage of all that. Dude, that's prime time real estate right there, man.
It really is.
That's like Monopoly, pass, go, collect 200, man.
You can't do better.
He might collect a couple level 3s, man. Some good assault rifles, all that good stuff, man. You can't go wrong with the situation they find themselves in here right now.
Exactly.
So Ghost Gaming doing it right, man.
Well, I mean, there's so many different ways that this can go down. You never know when it starts out. I mean, sometimes you can foreshadow with how aggressive a team is playing. I mean, we even saw in the beginning of the last game where somebody on Render Esports went to try to sideswipe somebody behind a tree. No guns on either of them, but just kind of as a little warning, maybe even a joking gesture.
Yeah,
Could have easily gotten that knock and kill pretty quickly. Be a very unfortunate way to start the game out, but here we are now. Everyone's still alive, making their way closer and closer to the middle. A minute before the play circle gets a heck of a lot smaller. Mossy even taking some shots here, and actually not placing any of them. But it's not important. What's important is he showed his dominance there.
exactly.
Really flex that on him.
Not always about the placement, man. Sometimes it's about just letting the people know you're willing to commit to taking those shots. You ain't gonna shy away from nobody.
Absolutely, absolutely. And here we are. A lot of these teams, like I said, closing in on each other.
Yep, and we still 64 alive. Nobody has yet to take an L just yet. We see a couple people under duress though. Some shots are being fired. CeeLo Green, one of the culprits right there, not shying away himself.
Yeah, CeeLo Green was in a little bit of trouble in the last game, stuck behind a UAZ, wound up getting shot and killed there.
Yeah, someone just
one crate down already there. See that? Wonder what's in that. Hopefully.
I hope it's a Mark 14, man. I mean, we saw one, previously that just nobody even went for that crate.
That really is your favorite gun, huh?
I'm telling you, dude.
Okay. I believe you now. I thought maybe you were just saying things, but
just spouting out nonsense. I mean, I do that on the daily. I'm not gonna pretend, man, but I'm pretty committed to that. That's a good weapon.
We got that 8X and an AKM. That's really gonna do some work.
Yeah, he's got that strapped on pretty tight on that roof area, trying to secure that compound for now.
C9 still in George Pool.
Yep, they're not worried about nothing.
Walking around, they're not worried about anything. Tempo Storm still out there, spread out pretty far and wide. Luckily, there's nobody around them, so don't have to worry about getting knocked unless they make it a very unfortunate vehicle exit.
Definitely.
And I've done that before. Been on the bad end of some bad physics. Totality running around in a convoy here as well. This circle is going to get pretty small pretty quickly, so gotta start posting up, make some real good decisions here.
Actually, I was actually kind of like, because all the games we've seen thus far, I was hoping we'd get a military one. Not quite yet, man. Quite yet. I like
still.
Maybe, I like those military circles, man.
The military circles are good, but this is game 3, part 2. There could always be a game 4, part 2, or even a game 3, part 3. Who knows? So
you never know, man. We're this is the long haul right now.
We'll get the military dream eventually, or maybe not. Maybe that'll be in the next episode here. Totality taking some shelter. That's a really good place to loot early on. I don't think anybody was there, so that's going to be good for them. Vexel down in the middle
he's
of
cooked.
a field.
He's cooked.
Direct off of his motorcycle.
Dude, it's bad when the bike don't want no part of it. Like,
Exactly.
The bike just kept going. Like, I don't know him. He ain't with me.
That none of my business. That bike was out. The bike will live to be a trike another day, but unfortunately, Totality takes a hit there.
Yep, knocking one down. Shift back over to fellas out of Nova. Again, the winners of match 1, looking to again do some damage here. Game 3, part 2. That's what we're calling it now.
Not even going to look to the west side of the map. C9 still there, still looting, still very committed.
I like how you just narrowly see them, like just.
I just right out of the corner of my eye.
Yeah, just out of the corner.
Absolutely. 16 teams, 63 alive. Very, very well placed. Some of these guys are starting to post up, hoping that they don't have to worry for too long. We've got some shots being taken. Fly keep taking them out. Hopefully, not enough. There he is, making his getaway. Some good driving skills right there. We got a baby driver. He's doing work. He got out of there quick.
Yeah, he knew the situation.
Hey, those games, they're really good.
Yep.
They're really good at placing those shots. I'm sorry, that was FlyQuest. FlyQuest taking Lost HC. He was the one who was placing those really nice car shots early in that first game.
Yeah, that's a dangerous team for sure.
Absolutely. And now we're looking at the only two teams that are outside of the play area right now. It's looking like Cloud9 and can't see them in the map yet, but they're being observed here. Oh, Cloud9 making a good choice right now.
Actually leaving a little more early than we're
yeah, the last game they left really late, almost to where the circle was completely closed.
Yep.
So it's actually good to see that. And we still have Duel with eyes directly on what is their competition coming up on the side of that hill over there. See if he decides to take any shots here.
Just be kind of deciding to be a little passive, not trying to give away his location, anything like that. Again, we're still very early on in this. We only lost a player, and he just got caught. He just caught in the wrong place, wrong time on that motorcycle.
Absolutely. And here we are. You know, they need to make a decision. Duel needs to decide, okay, I've got a red dot. Do I take this 400-meter shot, or do we wait for them to get a little bit closer? But does that put us in a bad position? You know, Wildcard Gaming just completely avoids the confrontation entirely. You know, they take their convoy, bring it somewhere else, let them hash it out over there. And look at them, Cloud9 coming back down.
They're moving in. I gotta imagine, just because of all the feedback, or that they have from these previous matches, they know, again, moving in a little earlier is going to be the wiser decision here.
Absolutely.
So they really can't go too wrong with that. Over to Totality Gaming, again, coming into this week 6, man, first place. But as I've been kind of pointing out, man, relatively quiet for all these games we've seen played. Would really like to see kind of a big push from them at some point.
And they're not far behind. Penta actually taking some really good shots there. I don't think they know exactly where he is, but he's got himself a good position. But he needs to kind of get with his team a little bit more here, because this is not the place to go down. There's Moody, Cloud9 coming back in towards the safe zone. But look at that Duel, just absolutely
Moody
destroying him. Again, the bike, no part of that situation. Moody going down and out.
He was maybe like, he was a hair away from just getting some cover from that building. And
wouldn't even matter. Did you see that? He was getting flanked immediately, and now you have Wildcard Gaming now aware of Duel on the hill. But it was close, and that bike won no part of that as well.
Yeah,
so
I would have just prayed to get to the side of the building. And just be like, all right.
Absolutely. Try to get something.
Where's the boys at?
Exactly. Somebody please help me, actually. It's not looking good at all here. You have Frolicker kind of by himself in this building, surrounded by Team Envy.
Yeah, there's a lot of activity outside there, so his best bet might be to just kind of, retain that real estate for the moment. Not trying to force anything, because I don't know if you're gonna win this 3v1 situation. Though, to be fair, we've seen one earlier. I think it was in match 1. Somebody come out on top, but there he goes, spotted through the window and down. Teammate nowhere in sight for Frolicker.
Yeah, he's absolutely done. There's no way. They're moving in on him real quick. Solid FPS over there, right where the last safe zone ended. You got solid FPS over there, and he has to move, but it's looking like if he does, that duo move up is going to be pretty challenging when you've got a team of 4 directly to your north. And there you go, taking a couple shots there, trying to get somebody off that vehicle. Doesn't look, oh wow, spun out. Put in some more shots into him. He might actually get him here.
Let's get him. That's what I like to see, man. Don't shy away, baby. Take these shots.
Completely got him out of the vehicle. Destroyed the vehicle.
And he's pushing too. This is a fearless individual.
That's exactly what I'm talking about with that extra aggressive gameplay. Look at that. Over into his cover, knocking him down with that frag grenade is exactly the kind of damage that he needed right there. And that's exactly what you need to do if you know that their teammates are nowhere to be found.
I know a lot of people like to call that the Kobe, man, but that was more like Steph Curry to me right there. You can't.
Absolutely.
That's a marksman's shot, the way he just put that grenade on top.
And you know what? He may not have gotten the immediate kill because Penta's still around, but now you have Cloud9 taking it from the side. Okay, but they're in some real trouble right now
Yeah,
because
just a little
Duel
bit.
has the upper hand.
So I was gonna say,
Chappie just going through the fields trying to be a farmer or something. What I don't. What is he doing over there?
I think
Solid FPS
Chappie,
taking
I
five,
think
too.
Chappie's trying to find a safe way in here. Solid FPS. Meanwhile, he's under fire and looking for a better escape route. Yet again, Cloud9, you know, love to go that North George strat, but they just find themselves under so much duress when it comes time to move in.
Hey, sometimes you gotta do that first down play, man. Go straight through the crowd and try to get something. And this time it's a car and not actual like football players. But you know, you got something here where they're making a massive detour, probably trying to get to the other side of the bridge over towards Milta. And that could play out really well for them. They just have to have enough health and they have to be quick enough to outdo the damage that's about to be done to them here as the player gets significantly smaller.
So they're actually, look at this route that Cloud9 has taken. They must be
They're really going
shook.
far around.
And when you really look at how that zone is shaped up, there's pretty much everybody's kind of policing the edge of the safe zone anyway. So I guess they're really not seeing too much of a safe way to come through.
They just have about a minute and 45 seconds to make it after this gap closes here.
Yeah, that's the scenic route if I've ever seen one, Sauce. Like,
absolutely.
Pentalol. Real with you.
See how far back he was, Pentalol, from his team there. Just maybe trying to find out where they went.
Yeah, trying to meet up with the rest of Duel.
Okay, at least he's got a buggy. That's all that really matters here. Starting to take a little bit of double damage here. Minute and 10, 16 teams, 56 still alive, to include Cloud9 still in this. Hopefully, not the first team to go down here.
I mean, they're not exactly in the best situation. Oh, speaking of
just missed that.
Ideal situations, D-Master completely snuffed out.
Smacked right off the bike too, and that's you hate to see it happen, but a lot of these bikes really don't deserve the abuse that they're getting here.
Yeah, I mean, we see people just be rolling up to these houses and these compounds, man. You gotta respect whose territory you're running up on, man. Somebody's just there to lay you out every single time.
And a crate drop in there. Look at that right there.
Yep, I'm
in the middle of two teams.
Yeah, I'm wondering if Ghost or if Honey Badger Nation is gonna go for this one, or maybe Electric Turtle might know where those guys are, trying to keep a watchful eye on them.
He's trying, and they're going for it.
Yeah,
Honey Badger Nation going for it.
Yeah, he might get a few free shots here.
That's exactly what he's looking for. At least he's staying with his team here. It's not the time to get knocked down somewhere odd, really. I mean, we have a lot of these guys who are spread so far apart that eventually it's gonna bite them. Look at that. We got some urban operation shootout here. Sneaking up on these guys. There's only one way to do it, and that's to go in firing and hoping that you don't get caught around a corner.
Yeah, this was the same compound. Actually, I believe Frolicker died and got knocked by Envis. So now we're going to see Team Gates.
Remember that.
Yeah, Team Gates going to try their hand at infiltrating. Trying to come in on the back end.
Absolutely. And now here we have the circle pushing itself in here. Energetic Turtle trying to get somebody behind an oak tree is not going to happen here. Uncivil's living another day here, but he's getting further and further away from his teammates as he's standing behind this tree. And that's, I mean, that would be so unfortunate to get dropped down right there. Energetic Turtle's got that 4X, and he's gonna use it. But Adams might be able to pick off Energetic Turtle if he pokes his head out a little bit too far.
And that's what I was going to say. He was keeping a very watchful eye on where he had his boy pinned down.
Exactly, but he was also keeping an eye on the other side too.
Yeah, because at the same time, like all those shots, you're going to give away your position. So you ain't 100% safe there. Maybe thought better of it, repositioning himself.
Exactly.
Swinging over to shoot to kill. My man Dids.
And right there, that's exactly well, they're playing exactly how they need to play. And remember, when he went up earlier to secure those 2 kills in the last game, Dids was the one who essentially almost took the victory for their entire team.
Definitely.
Almost. But they're doing really well here. Wooly takes some shots there, completely knocking Dids. Might not be able to get the kill, but he just proved me wrong and secured it right there. That's one less here for shoot to kill.
Yeah, somebody got the knock. Wooly gets the finish. Can't be mad at that. Oh, but he is in trouble. Rock face. Gonna pray that tree is enough coverage. He's gonna try and get some healing off.
taking a lot of damage. And when you're stuck on that rock face like that, there's really nothing you can do on the side of a mountain. You can't move up, can't move down too much. There's just not a whole lot you can do. But here we go. Getting knocked down right behind this rock bank. Is down and out, getting flanked by Wolfie. Look, that's all it takes. That's all it takes is just a couple well-placed shots, and somebody's down for the count. And when they're spread so far, their teammates are just not going to be able to pick them up in time.
Yep. Again, that one downside of employing that strategy. Kind of spread right on your screen.
Absolutely, absolutely. Pentalol stuck behind a tree here.
I want to say that grenade he tossed bounced off the tree.
It looked like it, but Penta is down now.
Yeah, Penta. Adam, he's in a little bit of trouble. As you say, Adam doing his thing right now. The thing about Penta, though, I mean, he's been aggressive from start to finish, right? Like,
absolutely.
I feel like we opened this game with him just taking shots at some.
We opened the game. He was taking some shots at some people. I mean, he was in a really bad spot, and so was Adam. Adam might not even make it out here, unless he does himself a solid favor, stays his hand a little bit. Now over here, sharp shot with that car. He's always got that every time we see him here. He's got an M4 in a car, and here we go. He's taking some people out, trying to get them all down. 15 teams, 44 alive, and just 8 seconds before we get a little bit smaller here.
Yeah, I'm sure Sharp is playing with a little bit of a chip on his shoulder.
And exactly, but look at that chip on his shoulder or not. He has the hand of a god.
Yeah, it is.
Knocking the last member down there. It's even around remotely.
Remember, God Squad actually getting second place last time, man. Kind of do things. So again, you know, you're playing with all that skill, a little bit of anger on top, might be able to make some good things happen.
Hey, revenge is a sweet thing, and sometimes it motivates people to just do better.
Yeah.
It's all it takes is a little bit of fire to make everything go a little bit faster.
You already know, man. You want to let people know that wasn't a fluke, man. You want to let them know you can go back to back on the top 3 places. You know what I'm saying? That's just kind of that's a pride thing, if you will. So
absolutely. Sometimes I shoot better after I lose a couple times.
There you go.
I'm tired of losing.
I saw it just a moment ago. Envious coming up on what looked like to be Render, but we're gonna go ahead and switch over to Team Gates, lighting up some shots, but taking a few too many of his own. Light Snow, you gotta go. That is gonna be the end of his bout.
Light Snow nerfed by some bullets and just a little bit of death. CeeLo Green out there in the middle of the field, and that I hate to see it happen, but being out in the middle of the field, no cover, no concealment, eventually that's going to happen. He did get the drop on those guys. Unfortunately, was not able to put enough shots in them to get enough of them down to kind of shake them up a little bit, get them behind cover. Got a little bit of 5.56 ammo and what is that? A level 3 vest. What a
level 3 vest. I might have missed the weapon that was in there. Looks like it was an I think it was an AUG. Yeah, confirmation was an AUG. So there we go.
And here we are. Look at how it's getting smaller and smaller here. 14 teams, 40 left. Circle hasn't closed completely yet, but we're getting very, very, very close. And Envy Jesse here with Caden trying to find a good position to move in from. Just don't know if they're going to be able to do it. There's a lot of buildings here. As you can see, there's a lot of places to be hiding out. There's a lot of places to take up a position, especially if you have a duo in a small building like that. It's only got a couple windows. You can start kind of pushing everything together here. Ghost Gaming taking some shots right now at CeeLo Green. CeeLo Green is in some trouble, especially behind no cover in the middle of the blue zone here. Mossy actually putting enough into Bollock to get him a little bit scared there. Look at that. He's doing great work here. Might even go for the
lit him
explosion.
up pretty well.
And that's it right there. Bollock might be going for that that tactical maneuver here.
He got the DP, and it does shred my guy.
It does, and he's down right now. CeeLo Green only has to pick him up. If he doesn't, it could be all over, but they're taking shots from a completely different angle.
Yeah, that's the problem. You take a firefight like that, people getting alerted to your position.
Exactly. CeeLo was trying to flank him from the other side. Is what he got in prone. Now mind blown. Mr. Blown apart here.
Yeah, that is certainly the case for him. That's exactly what happened to him.
Completely blown apart. 5.56 is not kind to the body. Totality in a firefight as well with Nova. Nova Richie trying to go in for the 1v3. I don't know if he'll be able to do it, but look at that. Totality might be taking some fatalities. If Nova Richie is able to lift those gigantic.
Oh, he didn't even get a chance to get that grenade off.
Absolutely not.
However,
I don't know how he walks around with balls like that trying to go 1v4.
I was gonna say,
Absolutely. Absolutely a monster play he tried to make there.
I see his teammate considering trying to perhaps go for the res, but he knows not trying to get caught with his hand in the cookie jar.
Absolutely not.
Good
The rim goes down.
retaliation. Nerf me, please.
But still, Totality has a member that could easily flank them right now. They're just not able to. Totality, Smithy coming out here to come pick him up here. Nova Rick, he's almost dead. But it's only going to take one grenade to get both of these guys, taking Nova completely out. And Totality, Taro's trying to get over here and shoot him up, but he just doesn't see them. Or maybe he just couldn't get a shot.
Oh,
Taro goes down.
Yep, that is a rough one. Gets called vaulting up there.
But that's it for Nova. Nova goes completely down and out.
Yep.
They're still getting shot over there because they have another member, Team Envy, out there.
Still got to give him credit for going for the 1v to kick off that battle.
Absolutely.
That was
Smurf going down and out as well. That's how we're going to finish it off here.
Yep. 11 teams left, 25 alive.
For Space Station. Space Station's out now. Oh, man. Please do not hurt that poor bike.
We've seen it
Oh.
We've seen it too many times. Dog.
Seen it too many times.
The bike just getting abused time and time again. However, he does survive, as you said, in this particular situation. So bad.
How he did that, I have no idea. Tempo Storm saved by the bell. I mean, he ran that right into the side of that building. I'm surprised it didn't explode. I'm glad the game doesn't work like that yet.
I'm telling you, been long here, holding it down for Render Esports, and he is taking out Refuge right next to what seems to be the remaining members of FlyQuest. So I have to keep an eye on that.
Everybody's doing really well. 10 teams remaining, 24 alive here. Very consolidated and congested over here in the southern part of the circle here.
All right, Chapman, solid FPS.
Cloud9.
Still up for Cloud9. I don't know if they want to take this fight. They might not have a choice.
He's got a pair of jorts on, a pair of what looks to be a kilt. I'm gonna call him George for all intents and purposes. He's about to make this Michael Jordan throw here, right here. Oh, look at that. Dunk it.
Oh.
Is it gonna be enough? Nope.
No, not gonna.
Unfortunately.
Whiffing completely there. Solid FPS and Chappie trying to get it done. 2v4. Some pretty staggering odds there.
But they're in a very good position. They could easily leave and pretty much go to the other side and just kind of get away from Check Shooter and the rest of Team Envy.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, it doesn't seem like they're committed to having to take this fight, but you know,
doesn't put it stuck behind this rock too. Look at this.
Yeah, notice they didn't shy too far away from, but yeah, Tempo Storm right here. One of their boys, a little bit of trouble.
Look at that, took him out completely. Putin's gonna make his way up here. Try to secure a better position. Solid FPS here, and Chappie decided to take the route, trying to get a little bit further away from Team Envy, only to run into Wildcard Gaming, and you even have Honey Badger here as well. This is not looking good for
It's a super volatile situation. Does Chappie see him? No, he does not. He turned that corner and got immediately sprayed out, and unfortunately, Solid FPS will share the same fate. Cloud9 taken out. 8 teams to go with 20 alive. And Sauce, we're seeing the bodies just drop.
Exactly, and Pony's just still around. Tempo Storm might be putting in some work here. Look at that. Envy Vegas there. Trying to figure it out. I mean, EU United right there. He's trying to figure out where these shots are coming from, not knowing that he's got somebody directly behind him to clean up anything that the other team is not able to here. Such an unfortunate position to be in right now when you have nothing but a bay of hail.
Yeah, I was gonna say, man, that's a tough spot. You got Wildcard for the moment. They're having that scope trained on him. Oh, he's got to run through no helmet. Yikes!
Look at that. He almost completely got cropped out. Play zone.
I actually think the play zone did take him out. Actually, yeah.
Oh, unfortunate end too. For Champy there. And look at this, 16-14 alive. Still got Envy in the game. Still have EU United.
Yeah, Totality as well.
Totality. And this could make or break it for these guys.
That's what I was gonna say. I've been waiting all throughout since we started week 6 here for all these games for Totality to kind of show up. Show me why you're in that #1 spot, and they could be doing that right now.
Exactly. Or opponents could take it away, just like we saw here in the second game. Doing some of that sneak mission stuff, man.
Yep.
Coming up behind, sneaking around, finding a place to go and hiding, and just waiting out the rest of just the firefights that are happening here. I mean, we have teams that are not. We have one team clumped up on each other here, and we have another that's on separate ends, but still they know of each other, and that's what really matters.
Yeah, it was a game. It was really in that first game where 3v1 it can happen. You get the right positioning, get the drop on somebody, you can definitely make some magic happen. Punich
Exactly.
perhaps trying to find some of his own. You know, he's got a lot of teams around him.
And 1v3 too.
Yep.
I mean, it'll be a 1v3, but he may have no other choice here, especially if he gets caught out. Totality still to his right. NV2 or United to his left, but he's taking some shots. Gets 2 down.
Yeah, that's 2 knocks.
Look at that right there. 2 knocks, 1 dead. EU, guys, he's all the way over there, unable to get his friend here. Totality cleaning up the mess. And I don't know if Totality knows that Punich is there, but he might be incredibly lucky here. Unfortunately, he takes a lot of damage actually getting cleaned up there.
All things considered, that was a hell.
Absolutely, yeah. He got cleaned up right there by Team Envy. They saw him from across the way there. 3 teams left, 8 alive, and that's already gone. But he is just taking out massive amounts of people. Caden still the MVP of this game right now.
I'm telling you, man.
Total kills 4 for his entire for the team.
Yeah, I was gonna say Caden looking to get himself one as well, and he's putting those shots in.
Exactly.
All of Team Envious in a pretty good spot. 3 up.
Yes, sir. And look at that, the last of the circle before it completely closes in here.
All right, so we are down 2 teams. You already see what it is. It's 3 Totality. We got Envy.
And this is all that matters right here is the aggressive gameplay. The smart, aggressive gameplay is what's going to really win this for them. And that bandage can make all the difference.
As can that knock. Yeah, that knock as well. That's big time.
It's a big time knock right there for Totality. Envy going, knocking 3 people. Caden.
Ooh, Caden
2 are down.
Yeah, narrowly escaping right there. He called the rush out and was able to knock one of theirs. So they're just trading players back and forth. They go.
2 down right now. Totality Taro taking them all out. Car 98 out. Close range. She's taking it 1 step too far. Envy Caden the 1v1. And Caden takes the win. In a wonderful, look at that. Team Envy taking that win with Caden. What a game that was.
Is straight up boss level material, my guy. We saw this man's ability to survive in game #1, and now you see on display in game #3 official his ability to just close out the game for his teammates. And remember, the last minute leading up into that match, up into that showdown, excuse me, he didn't have a single kill. Goes ahead and nets himself 3.
3 kills, the final 3 kills that mattered. It was the only ones that really counted this game, really. And he did an excellent job of playing it safe in the first game, and then an excellent job of executing that aggressive gameplay that wins matches here in the 3rd game, part 2 of the APL. So that's awesome. I can't believe he did. Man.
I'm not, dude. Honestly, I'm not surprised, man. I mean, it's Team Envy after all. We already know these guys. You know, that's a strong pedigree kind of going into that kind of team.
Absolutely.
But of course, the leaders coming into week 6, Totality. Nice to see them finally show up. A solid 2nd place finish on their part. Nothing to be ashamed of. Of course, FlyQuest going to round out the 3rd position there. So all over.
Absolutely.
All over. Really, just really good play all around. So that'll wrap it up officially for game #3. We have the 4th and final one coming up for you guys. So please keep it locked here. We'll see you in just a bit.